Your brain is obviously a very important part of your body, and main control center for every function that happens in your day-to-day life. It's not until you are experiencing cognitive issues that you stop and ask yourself, have I ever done anything to prioritize my brain health? Since we all fail to think that the brain also requires exercise, or training and nutrition for it to function well. This 12 habits you should avoid, if you want your brain to stay healthier. 1. Skipping breakfast. There is a reason why you can't focus on tasks when you're thirsty. 80% of the brain is made up of water, which is why it's important that you should stay hydrated with water and fruits before you start your day. Skipping your first meal of the day will also likely result in feelings of tiredness, irritability, and sluggishness, since the mind does not have enough glucose to perform. This leads to an insufficient supply of nutrients to the brain, causing brain degeneration. 2. Lack of sleep. If you are among those who sleep less than 6 hours every day, you must be cautious. Long-term sleep deprivation can lead to death of brain cells. This can lead to many other severe symptoms such as unawareness, problem in breathing and vision problems. 3. Smoking tobacco. No matter how you smoke it, tobacco is dangerous to your health. There are no safe substances in any tobacco products, but the most menacing side effect of smoking is, it shrinks your brain nerves. Smoking is also found a culprit in the incidence of diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia, which may lead to severe neurological damage. 4. Consuming alcohol. Greater the percentage of alcohol, higher is the number of cells that die in the brain. Alcohol leads to chemical imbalances, when continued for longer durations and large quantities. Brain volume decreases due to chronic alcohol intake. Anything more than 2 units per day for men, and 1 unit per day for women is excess alcohol. 5. Eating too much sugary foods. We all consume sugar in most of our food and beverages nowadays. It is hidden in almost everything that we eat these days. High consumption of refined sugars is known to destroy the ability of the brain and body to absorb proteins and nutrients. Poor nutrition will lead to malnourishment and brain disorders like poor memory, learning disorders, hyperactivity and depression. High sugar consumption results in elevated glucose in the bloodstream. Elevated glucose reduces the production of a brain chemical known as brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a chemical that the brain needs to form new memories and learn new things. So, the next time you add a large Coke to your Happy Meal, think again, because it is loaded with nearly 20 spoonfuls of sugar. 6. Covering the head while sleeping. Sleeping with the head covered leads to increase in concentration of carbon dioxide, and it further reduces the oxygen concentration in the blood. If the oxygen supply is poor, then the brain functioning capacity reduces. You may feel suffocated and sleep deprived, leading to fatigue and drowsiness. If you want to give the brain sufficient oxygen for proper cognitive functioning, you might want to put the pillow under the head instead. 7. Eating too much food. Food is necessary for healthy cognitive functions, but we all know that too much of everything is bad. Overeating often results in excessive weight gain. Before you know it, you're reaching the boundary to obesity. Obesity causes inflammation that can lead to brain damage, increased blood sugar, and insulin resistance. In short, it leads to an impaired brain function. 8. Working when sick. We often fall ill when we are overworked. If during sickness too we continue working, then the brain's efficacy is bound to take a dramatic hit. When we are ill, the brain and body are working extra hard to cope with the infection. Working on a sick day will only add burden to your brain, so take a break, relax, and recuperate. 9. Lack of socializing. Socializing, talking, encourages growth and development of the brain. Intellectual conversations strengthen the brain and improve its capacity to work. You can increase your creativity by meeting new people and making new friends. Socializing or interacting is also a great way to express yourself freely. If there is no socializing, or if communication is low, you might feel low and depressed. 10. Exposure to contaminated chemicals, pollution. Our brain is totally dependent on oxygen. The more you expose yourself to harmful chemicals, or polluted and contaminated air, the lesser oxygen reaches the brain. Lack of adequate oxygen in the body may lead to death of cells in the brain. Studies in mice shows that, exposed to polluted air over a long run show physical damage to the brain. The National Academy of Science in the USA has proven that walking in natural fresh air actually changes your brain. 11. Lack of stimulating thoughts. Research shows that people who do not think much or often enough have shrinking brains, so to maintain and expand the brain, it is very necessary to think. Thinking, reading and writing will train and enhance the brain for better functioning, and prevent from being damaged. 12. No exercise. As the saying goes, all work and no play make Jack a dull boy. Exercise makes you more flexible and increases mobility. Without enough exercise, the mobility and brain's power of movement reduces, and decreases stability and motor skills. Studies have shown, exercise helps to keep us younger by releasing happy hormones called endorphins. Not only the brain, but exercise also strengthens your heart and lungs too. Thanks for watching video, subscribe for future video updates.